This is a very complicated question. I mean, reconciliation, Europeanization, they do fit together in an ideal world. So basically a precondition for democratic, free European societies will be a consensus over the past. Yet again, as we know, that the process of Europeanization has been ongoing for a while without having substantial progress in terms of reconciliation. And even some politicians argue that we need to forget the past in order to turn towards the future and shape a new, prosperous future for the societies here. I do believe that in technical terms, you can have whatever you politically decide. So which has been proven so many times within the European Union. So you could easily, if there would be a political will, the EU could easily integrate countries of the Western Balkans. This is 15-60 million people, small, already partly integrated, easily integrated into the Union, no problem at all, without or with reconciliation, in technical terms. But in substantial terms, in terms of how do societies want to build a future or based on what, I don't think that will be a kind of a sound statehood or sound stateness without the proper process of dealing with the past and reconciliation. And unfortunately, the trends are showing into a different direction, as we have an increase in nationalism, nationalist rhetorics, shallow nationalism, as Minister of Foreign Affairs in Macedonia has coined it. And right now this is contradicting this kind of a bright, positive, sound and sober future of the region. I mean, the dialogue has been in great difficulties and in a kind of a stalemate for a while. But this is precisely because political elites on both sides, with a small contribution of non-really efficient mediation by the European Union, they have produced that kind of a status. So this is very simple. If you want to resolve a problem at home within your family, but you have two kids and partners, but each and every side is doing and undertaking all possible efforts just to separate the family, then what remains is just mere rhetorics. So basically, I believe the political elites have contributed to destroying dialogue for the sake of scoring political points on internal scenes and internal politics in both countries. And they are right now in the middle of process of rising tensions, profiting out of tensions, constructing the other as the ultimate evil, and still basically deeply being entrenched in this kind of a nationalist rhetoric that seems, at least from their perspective, to provide a basis for mobilizing people. So any kind of a possible dialogue would need to be placed on a reshuffled basis. I don't think that Vučić and Tači can deliver under these circumstances. I believe there is a need for a fresh start. There will be probably not a real fresh start until there is no new leadership at the level of the European Union. So I'm quite afraid that this dialogue, which is a non-dialogue right now, there is no dialogue at all, that this non-dialogue and this stalemate is going to be prolonged. And probably this is going to even increase tensions in the region unless there is a moment of at the European Union level, but also in the region, a moment of recognizing that this is basically a road to hell. So I mean, one of the primary goals of the initiative is to keep a lovely debate ongoing, not only in the region, but basically connecting the region to European centers, having a different kind of an approach to issues that we face in the region, which are more based on some kind of a positive outlook towards the future, sketching alternative horizons, even working towards some kind of an active utopia. So in that terms, what we have achieved in the last 3 days in Prishtina, in Skopje and here in Belgrade was basically keeping the dialogue and open dialogue or taking it seriously and keeping it open with young people, fresh ideas, different approaches, even to the design of public discussions that we have had. So this is one of the major pillar. And then the next step, and this was always from the very beginning on an important step, we want and we do on a small scale, we do transfer the messages and towards Brussels, towards Vienna. We try to expand the networks, like with Friedrich Hebert's Foundation, with some other foundations and corporations and institutions. So basically, this is a small-scale initiative, very modest and humble, but at the same time very enthusiastic and ambitious about the small tasks that we have. So I see it so far as having contributed a bit to something that we want, which is open, free, alternative horizons and societies in the region, and then we just continue.